Hi, and we're back at the Zskera Vaults. I'm told I was mispronouncing it. So new week, new vault. It's Vault X this week. We're going in with 48 bag slots free and more than enough keys to clear it in a go. So let's hope 48 bag slots is enough to get through it without having to go back and forth to empty my bags. We have the pirates this week. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a boost going in so that we can clear this entry hall fairly quickly. There is we have a gold coin pile in the lobby. We seem to have ropes up tonight rather than we've had the bubble pipes and the spider web ropes up till now. So let's what have we got over there? We've got the bubble lifter again, which will have to be repaired, I'm guessing. So the bubble lifters go up higher. The rope and the web rope seem to only go up as far as the first level. So you can get something to port at the higher levels. What have we got? We've got Iron Tide Wake Up. So let's heal up and then we'll take down Eriton the Barber. Right, he's down. So what have we got down here? We've got 2 gold piles that have just got some random stuff in them. Looks like mostly greys with some gold. A couple of robots off to the side. I'm not sure if they'll become important later. We did discover last week that they're going to keep respawning down the bottom until I've opened all the doors down here, so we'll do that fairly quickly. Now, does that need something to repair it? It needs the pearlescent key. So the pearlescent key comes from a particular chest type. Is that respawned again, or did I just not open it fully? Looks like it keeps working. Alright, now my understanding is if I use the igniter torch on the cannon, it'll blow a door open without needing to use a key on it. So that saves a key for next week. Alright, so we have room with some frost spikes in it. This is room 2. Right, the stasis. So we've got a free 6 prisoners. So they'll probably all be in frost rooms, but maybe not. We have a primordial water cache. Elemental overflow. More elemental overflow. Alright, is there anything else in this room? Not that I can see. Let's do room number 1. What have we got? We have a vault lurker. This is one of the 2 spider types that we get in here. I think it's a vault lurker and a vault spinner. I'll have to look it up. As a druid, I'm not terribly worried about the web wraps because I can break out of them. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, coin, 4, spun webs. Is there anything else in here? Nothing that seems interactable. I wasn't sure if we were going to get something like a flask of windward steps or something. Alright, on to room 3. There are 5 rooms on the lowest level, which we'll call level 1 because it's an American game. Box of rocks, a stone golem. Alright, room 3. What have we got in here? We have a card of crushed rock. We have another Dracthea to release. Box of rocks, some little earth elementals. Cart of crushed stone. Fair enough. Veiled potion of plague. Keep seeing these cauldron, expecting to be able to interact with them. I didn't finish it. Unimprisoning the imprisoned Dracthea. Releasing, that is the word I was looking for. And a primordial earth cache. On to room 4. The pearlescent key was upstairs last week on level 2. Animated riches. We have had a few critters downstairs, one in every room so far on the ground floor. I don't think that was the case last week. I don't think we had something to kill in each room. Alright, in this room we have 2 chests and 3 gold piles. So let's do the gold piles first. I did notice some patterns last week when I was going back and reviewing the footage. So I've got a primordial gold cache and a mysterious cache. The mysterious cache can hold the bits for the mount. But that one did not give us any. Alright. There's nothing else that I can see in here. Let's do room number 5 and then we'll go upstairs. So, every single room on the ground floor this week had a critter in it. Keep going to loot them and they don't have loot. So what have we got in here? Have another imprisoned Dracthea. That will be 4 out of the 6. We have a powerful flask of renewal and an inert goo. Last time we saw an inert goo, it was in a room with another ooze mob, and the other mob, you had to dive into it. So let's go up to the first floor and see what we can find. I am expecting something like a flask of windward steps here. Now let's just have a quick look around. Can't see any rooms that are jumping out as having fire or flames in them at the moment. Alright, so we are in what would be room 8 for this floor at the moment. And I expect that, yep, there is a flask of windward steps there. The quest that we had to get the letter is likely to be in this room. Normally, once you kill the wind elemental, you'll start getting pages falling on the ground. Alright, so let's grab a flask of windward steps, because that will let us get around. Okay, there were 2 spawns for it in the room, but they were a common item. The other one despawned after I grabbed that. and we have a primordial wind cache, which is not a surprise because we had a wind elemental. Alright. So what have we got going on down there? That is the bubble lifter. So let's go across. This is room 1 for this floor. I always do the one closest to north as 1. So we have a malfunctioning protector. I'm going to click on that and it's going to activate. So let's see what else is in the room. We have, oh, I know what this one is. So when I click on it, it's going to go and open the 2 boxes. Missing the runic wrench. Where is the runic wrench? We have the celestial translocator, so it lets me see things through the walls. So is the wrench not in this room? Looks like we'll have to go find a wrench. We have a ballista through the wall over there. That'll be interesting. Alright. Gold pile, we have a crystal in this room, which means it's probably a ward. So let's see what we've got. We have a fire ward. We have our 6th Drakthea that we're freeing. So that quest is now complete. We can probably go and hand that in a moment. So we'll 1, 2, 3 gold piles, a hardened strongbox, and a primordial gold cache. So this is room 2. Let's just go the whole way around this floor and we'll go out and hand that quest in. Room 3, the ballista. So we have the wrench. We'll have an armor cache in here somewhere. Got the runic wrench. What else is in this room? We'll trigger the ballista, save ourselves a key. That will open the one on the far side. Now the thing we do need to watch out for is that ballista is going to keep firing now until I'm finished in the instance. So that means if I'm not paying attention and I'm on the opposite side from it, I can get shot. Alright, so the malfunctioning protector is now going to go and smash open the boxes, which will let me open them. So we're in room 1 and it has the transocular thing. Let's open Titan coffin number 1. And Titan coffer number 2. Another Neltharian's gift token. Alright. We'll grab the fire shield just in case. Oh, that's interesting. There's something in the back there. Iron-tied coin bag. That's a long way back. Oh, I wonder what's going on with that. I wonder if that is the mystery other room. There is a mystery room in the instance that you can't get to from within the instance. You have to go elsewhere for it, and we might show that at the end of the video. I might pause until I get there and then show it to you. Alright, the hard shell chest times 2. Oh, another bunbow. Hard shell chest. Ornate key box. This will have the pearlescent bubble key in it. And we have an amethyst rune lock. So the amethyst rune lock with the 4 of the same colour. So what I have to do is I have to clear 4 purple runes at the same time in order to open the lock. So we want to look for purple. Need to get some down. And that should open it. Deep sea ocean cache. What do we got in this room? That was, what have we got? The malfunctioning protector is room 1, 2, 3, 4. This is room 5. We have a hardened chest times 2. This earth globe in the middle is linked to this primordial earth cache. Now, if you can see the tooltip down the bottom right, it requires a key of bound earth. The way we get the key of the bound earth is we click on the bound earth, which will summon an earth elemental. We kill the earth elemental and it will drop a key of bound earth, which we then open the primordial earth cache. I'm starting to see repeats in the room types we see. Now this has a lot of objects in here, so let's see what we've got. This is room 6, the book room. Alright. We have a variable volume. The research volumes are going to keep spawning in here. Some of the rooms have respawning mobs in them. They just keep on coming until... Yeah, I've got... This is a unique. I already have one in my bank, so that could sit there. I in fact had 2 of them. They've made them unique since last week because I had to sell one. Torn book. Seared book. Some of these I'm going to have to get rid of because they're duplicates and I have them already. This one has a bunch of names in it. Alexstrasza, Nosdormu, Malagos and Ysera are not struck out. There is a projector room up on the 4th floor that has projections of those NPCs. And I suspect the book is linked to that. Alright, so we have a fire shield so we can run in. Get the searing chest. And the fire chest. And there doesn't seem to be a dancing flames in here this week. That's okay. We might put the fire out there later so you can see the room properly. So we have the Buccaneers rope. Well, let me go down. No. Alright. So we will float down. We'll use the bubble key on the bubble chest. I do wish it would let you hand those quests in inside the instance rather than having to run out. Alright, that will get us to the higher floors. But first, let's go hand in this quest and get some greys out of my bag.
If you're looking for adventure, I'm your man.
We will probably have to fight the minor mobs. Ooh. I'm tied coin bag. Maybe that wasn't the secret room I could see before. You don't want to let me hand that quest in there, so I guess up the top we go. So we have a bunch of greys. We'll get those out of our bag. By selling a bunch of stuff. So much stuff. We will learn Bumdo. Oh, I didn't have him already. Interesting. I thought I did. We will hand in that quest.
Interested in a lesson or
And let's go back into the instance. So what has or hasn't respawned? Has my theory held right that if I have opened all the doors, they don't respawn? Seems to. So can I see where the ballista is? I think this is where I went up. I want that one. For the flask of windward steps so that I can get around. Alright. We will pick up the see-through walls thing again. It makes it easier for me to see where I've been. Was there anything else up here I wanted? Possibly the fire shield. Where is the bubble column? Over there. That is everything on this floor that I need, I think. So let's go back around. Alright, so this is Neltharian's coin room. So it's got the Tinkertron. Complimentary gift. I'm in room 7, I think. Do I have any more tokens at this point? One more. We will come back and do the rest of this room later. Alright, what have we got? Oh, we've got the energized ring. So we're in, I think this is room 8 for the floor. Alright, so we're going to need restorative water for this room. We have the energized circuit, which will let us see the prize tokens on the floor. Hardened chest. There's a gift token. Can't open that yet. Can't open that yet. We need stone dissolver, not restorative water. Alright. Going round to room 1. This has an earth elemental in it. Empowered flame. Doesn't really worry me that much, to be honest. Because I have a fire shield. Right, so we have the fire cache. We're in room 8. A searing chest. And when we have an empty vial, there is empowering flame. Empowering flame can be used on the rooms with frost in them. What have we got in here? Just a chest. There will be a puzzle of some sort in here, I suspect. Ooh, we haven't had this room before. All right, disgusting vat, disgusting vat. We're going to fish in that in a minute. 2 gold piles, a primordial gold cache, and a disgusting vat. There is a pet in the disgusting vat. I will need to fish for a while to find it. There is also a possibility getting a key out of it. There was a chest I had last week where I didn't have the key for it. Wasn't in the instance last week. The keys do persist, so if I get one this week, I can keep it for next week. You have to stand very close to it to fish. Alright, we got a clump of tar. Tar. We got the research chest key. That was the key I was referring to. Fragments. Now my understanding is once you get the pet, it tends to only have junk in it. But we might do a couple of casts just to check that theory. There's the pet. We'll do another 2 or 3 casts just to see if we get anything that's not a grey. Prismatic fragment, that's not terrible. Need 7 of those for them to be useful. Another clump of tar. Another clump of tar, 1 more grey and we'll be done here. I will deem it empty. Oh, no, we got another fragment, so we'll keep going for a little bit. I know this is probably not the most entertaining thing to watch. Data is data. Another clump of tar. If we get 3 tar in a row, we'll call it done. Shield has 5 minutes left on it. Another clump of tar. So one of the things I got this afternoon while I was farming up keys was I got enough elemental overflow to buy the 100,000 elemental overflow mount. So it's one less thing to collect. Emma. And let's put the research key in my little pocket of stuff for this instance, because that will be useful later. We need to find the experimental melder. The recipe rat that we found in week 1, we have subsequently discovered that the recipe you got from that will be used in 10.1 for something, for an achievement that gives a pet called Roland. Mysterious scroll. Does this change my teleport option? Scroll of teleport, Zskera Vaults. So what does this do? Void marked. Void guardian. Oh, there's a void chest. I haven't seen that one before. So what have we got in the void strongbox? Void strongbox, void chest. Does leaving the room break the void? I have clicked off the buff, but I can get it again if I need it. Alright, we are coming up to the alchemy room. I can see this because I can see all the pots and flasks and things in here. Alright, so in this room there will be 3 empty vials. The empty vials will respawn on a fairly short cooldown, sometimes before I've finished collecting stuff in the room. That's another empty vial. We need 2 stone dissolving formulas. And we are going to need restorative water. We just haven't found where yet. And we are going to need gold in a vial. But we will keep going around for the minute. What is in this room? Huh. We need fire. We have a snowman, primordial water cache, and a frozen coffer. Let's go to our stone pillars. What floor were they on? They were on the floor below, I think. That was the books. Or were they on this floor? Maybe I'll have a better view after the next room. There is a gift token. The flesh nibblers. This is the recipe rat room. Only the recipe rat is no longer here by the look of it, because I have completed that objective. The recipe rat only has a single potion, a single recipe that he can teach you. The devilishly delicious deviled eggs, I think it is. Decay cache. Gift token. But the rat would have been in this room if I had not yet completed the recipe. And the other rats will keep respawning. So let's go back and get more vials. Get an empty vial for the gold and an empty vial for the fire. This should be the room with 2 stone pillars. So we can use some stone dissolver on that one. This is room 8. Stone dissolver on that one. Shadow crystal. Haven't worked out what the ley infused crystals are for yet. There should be something around here with gold in a pot. Let's use a vial of flames on this room. There's a Maltharian's gift token on the floor. A frozen coffer. A water cache. What happens when I click on the chilly snowman? I got a snowball. Yay. Alright, let's grab some more fire before we go to the next. Oh, I've got 2 more empty obsidian vials. Let's grab some more fire. Let's in fact grab some more empty vials before we grab some more fire. And maybe grab another restorative water on the way past. There's fire, that way. I still have 2 empty vials. Right, so let's go back towards bubble pipe and go up to the top level. What have we got in this room? We have another shield. Forgotten statue, the arcane shield. So let's open the forgotten lockbox. Oh, we have another research key. So we have 2 research keys. Dusty vase, that is new. That's not. That hasn't changed. So what does the dusty vase do? Okay. So the last 2 weeks we've found 2 black dragon objects. There was an orb, and I've forgotten what we found in the first week. So far they've both been identified as being relatively mundane items in the life of a black dragon. Oh, we have another porcupine. I am going to have a full room of 4 of these, a full bag of 3 of these if I'm not want to put any on the auction house. I might put one up. Alright, we have a primordial water cache. Have a chest of ice. We have a gift token. And we have some restorative water on the inanimate crystal spine. Makes it an animate crystal spine, which if I loot it turns into a kobold, who is a pet. That gives me 3 of them. I will put at least 1 of those up on the auction house and see if it sells. Alright, round we go. The arcane ward. So I have the arcane sentry. So I have the arcane ward already. I got that a couple of rooms ago. This is room 1 for this floor. Still have 13 free slots. We might need to offload before we get to the end, but we'll see how we go, because we'll get all the gift tokens handed in. So this is the room I mentioned before with the dusty projectors. It can give a toy. There's the broken projector here, and then this one is for Nosdormu. This one is for Alexstrasza. This one is for Zskera. So far I've had the Alexstrasza toy twice. Lady of Dreams. So we got the Zskera toy this week. Awesome. Where's my toy box there? So we just need the Nosdormu toy. Sealed letter to Neltharion. This was the quest item I needed. And the Opera of the Aspects is Neltharion's self-insert little story to himself, and I'm glad that the rest of the pages are blank because it is awful. Malagos. Neltharion, thank you for saving us all. You are so brave. Zskera. And heroic. Alexstrasza. And handsome. Neltharion. Oh, thank you, you are too kind. Nosdormu. And humble. Neltharion. And now that we have defeated... So yeah, it's a bit of a Mary Sue. We don't really need that in our life. So let's keep going round. This would be room 3. That room was room 2. We have a hardened chest. Little girl, I need some more dissolving solution. So I will have to go down and get some of that. Alright, so, yep, I need some more stone dissolver. So that will be on the floor below, and we will get that sorted and come back up. Alright. We have... box on the shelf. What is it? A living book. We have another puzzle. So we have an empty vial. We have another pot of can't interact with pot. A living book. So the sapphire rune lock, same problem as the amethyst rune lock, only we need 4 blues. So how do we get 4 blues? That will get us 4 blues. Alright, primordial blood cache. We're going to have to get Katie out and get rid of some stuff. Alright. What have we got in here? I do have 3 empty vials. Alright, so do I have a water still, or have I used it all? Alright. We have a searing cache. And a fire cache. I can't remember if the stones stack. I don't think they do. No, they don't. So we've got a few duplicates in there. Down to 9 free slots. Alright, we have this wind room, so we basically just have to push in. We're going to keep getting the gust. I think from memory it keeps respawning. The wind might go away when I kill it, but it might not. Primordial wind cache. Yep, there it is, back again. It's going to keep respawning until I'm finished in the room. There's nothing else in the room, I don't think. Don't really want the rocket pack. Alrighty, that is all the doors open. So I need 2 more restorative water. Sorry, not restorative water, dissolving formula. I'll grab another water just in case. Grab another couple of vials just in case. So there was the 2 stone pillars, and then I need to go hand in all the tokens that I've got so far. Now I notice that this week I didn't get the mold, so I don't get the 5 free tokens, which is probably a good thing because I'm a little bit stuck for bag space today. Alright, so which way were the rocks? The rocks were this way, I think. We also didn't get the portal room this week, which would have made getting up here a little bit easier. Alright. Kill the stone sentinel. Open the earth cache. Open the earth cache. And I think I tried a few things on him last week and nothing worked. So, are there any caches I haven't opened now? Open those. That's empowering flame. So we really just have to get to go to all those hand-ins.
I need to target something first.
Alright, so how many have we got? We've got... We have 4 tokens and we have 6 free slots. So let's just buy them and we will open them outside. Alright, so let's head outside and we'll go see what's in the secret room this week. So let's jump off. For the fall, for the win. Alright, we'll go hand in a couple of quests and then we'll go to the secret room. And get rid of some greys on the way. Still don't know what that wake up potion does. Potion fills you with energy, increasing haste by 50%, damage taken by 50%. Yeah, let's not get in combat with that. That could hurt. So we can hand that in. Sealed letter to Lotharian. Let's get rid of the greys that we do have. Open those. Can I open these without getting off? Alright, let's offload the greys. I don't really want the paper zeppelin kits, they're not very helpful. That could be useful. Teleport to the Zskera Vaults. Some empty vials. I don't want fruitcake. Alright, so we will need to get rid of some stones because they're duplicates and I already have upgraded versions of the ones I want.
How can I help? Be careful not to break anything.
Right, crush some rocks. This is going to take a hot second. Now you can buy some little caches with these fragments as well, which is a good way to get some keys for next week. So we actually have 28 keys, which with a bit of luck, one more key would be enough for next week already. So that's not a terrible position to be in for next week. Now, some people who do way more theory crafting than I do buy a second ring and have a second ring with full sets of upgraded stones running. That's not really something that would benefit me terribly much. I don't have... so is it this one? No, it's one of these guys. It sells a cache that can contain...
We'll remember you.
Oh, it's the Sack of Oddities, can contain a couple of different things. We can buy a couple of those because I have some spare currency here. So let's see what we get in the Sack of Oddities. I'm told that there is a pet in there as well. Some gloves, some elemental overflow, and some elemental overflow more than what it costs to buy it. They're plate gloves, so they're not terribly helpful. I will sell those. Alright. We will very quickly... I'm going to use a Flightmaster flight point because I'm probably not going to make it in a single leg. Where we're going is we're going to the Obsidian Throne, and then we're going to go use a portal nearby. So the portal is linked to the Worldbreaker faction, and you did a quest fairly early on in the expansion that gave you the opportunity to get Worldbreaker membership, and you can buy a new membership card for the cost of magma motes. Now I am trying to save up 1,000 magma motes in order to buy a mount. I'm getting very close. I haven't done any farming in the last fortnight, and I'll probably do some over the weekend. But for each, I probably should sell those because I've got some spares. For each membership card, they cost, I think it's 20 magma motes. And if while you have the membership up you die, you lose your membership. Membership is good for 2 days. So the vendor that you need to speak to buy the membership, you need to have the membership. So generally what you do is you get the membership, you buy a replacement, you do a bit of farming, and when you inevitably die, you either go buy a fresh one or you stop. There are some quite pretty environments in this expansion. It's very painterly compared to some of the earlier ones. With the little magma waterfalls and other things going on around here. The entire theme of this expansion is elementals, so we have some heavily elemental environments. Alright, let's go find ourselves a portal. Alright, back here. So if I use the portal, that's the guy next to him was next to the portal was the vendor that sells the Worldbreaker membership. We should end up in a room back in the Zskera Vaults, and there'll be a couple of spiders and a chest. Unfortunately, the Zskera Vaults doesn't have its own map. Most instances do, and even lots of caves do. For some reason, they've chosen not to give us a map for this zone. The closest we've got is the mini-map, so we don't really know where, in relation to the rest of the Zskera Vaults, this room is. 2 spiders are dead. Nothing else in here. Obsidian Grand Cache. This is the only location of this particular cache. And that is every room in the Zskera Vaults opened. I didn't get the achievement this week because I got it in the first week. And when we zone out, we're back at the entrance where we were before. Notice there was one more gem that I obviously had not had and tagged previously. That one I think is the one I was using. At some point I need to go through and rename a bunch of them. They're still named based on the previous expansion. So we'll smash that one up, and then that is Zskera Vaults done for the week. I have 1 key left to farm, and I will be ready for next week. What we might do quickly before I log off is we might quickly run around and do a couple of the mini boss summons. There are a number of items that you can collect around the island that use profession skill to then generate an item that can use to summon a mini boss. If you are the person that summons it, they have the chance of dropping some useful bits and pieces. So let's just look and see where the next closest one is. They'll show up on the map in a minute. Alright, there's one in here. Let's do this one first. That was the alchemy one. Ooh, elemental potion of power. And it's now gone, so I've done that one. So we'll pop down the bottom to the one down here. This is the inscription one, I believe. They only appear if you can actually summon them. I did some of these earlier in the day. Got another key. What else have we got? We have... Oh, that's the alchemy one. Where is it? That's the cooking one. Let's go do the cooking one. Cooking one can drop a pet. Oh, there is an event up. Let's see what's going on with the event. Reign of Terror. So one of the things that came with the elemental invasions here is you can see on the minimap here there is a big skull. That's a sort of boss mob. Before we can summon the boss mob, we have to kill a number of his lieutenant-y characters to cause him to spawn. And we'll go summon Lutrock, who's the cooking mob. Now, most of these do big area of effect abilities, so I'm liking standing well back from them. It's no guarantee I won't get hit by something like this one that does a whole bunch of really long range stuff. Hopefully we'll kill him before he does that ability again. Another rock. Cooking mob, cooking boss, cooking boss, cooking boss. Arcana tricks. Faunus, I haven't killed those two yet. Kalingo. I think the cooking boss is... Do I not have that? That book yet? Lane, Crossstone Bolt. So there are a number of creatures around the island that that appear to have all been breeding locations for the Drakthir, initially linked to the Drakthir starting zone. There are quests in some of them to go clear them. Some of them are ones that, as doing the Drakthir starting experience, you encounter. So this looks like it's going to keep respawning mobs, so we won't hang around once we get out of combat. We'll loot up and run away. Looking for a book that was on my mini-map. Alright, so let's go find Lutrock's spawn point. I have two at sea. That one has a map. I'd have two Lutrock's spawn. Oh no, that's the... I have one Lutrock spawn item. really want a potion of gusts. Actually looking for the primalist leather wrists. Let's get some stuff out of my bags and then we'll go find the next summon item. So we have 2 of the crystal tuning fork, 1 of the trident, 1 of the voice box. The voice box is around on the far side of the island. I'll go this way. Where is it? There it is. In the cave down here, is it? Yes, it is. So the frigid bubble poppy. Bubble poppy is one of the herbs this expansion. They have, both for ore and for herbs, they have some specialist nodes that have a chance to give you some elemental items. So I've still got 4 I haven't seen before. I haven't managed to kill a loot specialist on the island yet. I've gotten very close a couple of times, but I haven't managed to kill one. They're very much like the treasure goblins from Diablo. Leather boots, I don't want boots, I want wrists. I haven't seen Fornos, Arcantrix, or Kalango as yet. And I haven't seen the items at some of them. So let's pretty sure one is above the island where we had stuff in, one seems to be in this direction. Okay, that's the one in the cave above the flight point. In here. I did one of these earlier in the afternoon. All of these mini bosses can be soloed with relative ease. If I was feeling more generous with my time, I would do a call out to let people know I was about to summon them. But I did that this afternoon for a bunch of them, and I really don't have the spoons right now to wait for everyone to show up, so I'll just do them. The belt, no, I want the wrists. So we're now back up to 31 vault keys, which is well and truly enough for next week. Let's just wait for the crystal to respawn. may take a moment. Alright, where's the last one? What's the last one I've got left? It's the gnomish voice box. Where did I see the gnomish voice box? Saw it somewhere on the island earlier in the day. Aha, there it is. Another key. Sell some greys. And we'll see if the tuning fork is available to be used again. And that will get the last one out of my bags. Can I land on this time? Yes, I can. Let's have a look at the pretty, pretty view. I might stream a little bit of PTR on the weekend. I'm planning to do some flying around looking for glyphs, dragon riding glyphs on the weekend in the new zone. So let's do the last one of these if it's back up. Is the crystal back up? How long does it take? The answer is no. Alright, so maybe we're done for the night. That appears to be the last thing we can do for now. But not a bad haul. We'll go smush up that last rock and we're done. That is the vaults for week 3. We got a bunch more stones that we will put up on the auction house and some ore. Oh, we'll do that just before I head out. So you use these, there's 4 different flavours of them. They will mark my map. So this one's over here. The 4 different factions have different types of objects that they have. for you to go find. They're marked on the treasure map. X marks the spot. You go claim the object and hand it in to the respective faction leader, or rather faction representative. This one is a book. And they give you a small cache in return, and they can have keys or dust or stone fragments or a variety of other things in them. So mysterious writing. That gets handed into the Valdrakken Accord, which is this one here at the back. I got some rep and some currency. Back into our little secret inn. We have a dance party going on at the moment. Mirror balls and dances and stuff. Downstairs into the roasted ram. Get rid of some of the junk I picked up on the way around. It sells, so it's worth putting it up on the auction house. I don't have any particular use for it. If I do need them, I can always buy them back. That one's soulbound, and that one's soulbound. I need to hand in the dusty bays, so we'll just check out crafting orders, then we'll go hand in the dusty bays, and that will be done. So I just want to show you this quickly. So one of the things that they've added this expansion is crafting orders, which is a way of getting things crafted by people with the profession who may or may not have varying skill levels. You get to put your materials up and find a crafter for you. One of the things they changed with 10.0.7 was previously you had to have all the materials in order to put an order up, and now you just need to have some of them. And I'm now running an add-on that tells me how many materials people have put up, and with the exception of one, everybody else who has an order up has put up none of the materials, and some of them have very expensive items associated with them. So that vendors for 1,000 gold. It costs a fair bit to craft it. That is also fairly valuable. So that particular one that we picked on, they're putting up 2,500, but there are other people who are asking for the same thing, where they're putting up 100 gold for something that even one of the components sells for 1,000 gold. To a vendor, it is generally worth quite a bit more than that to buy. So you have to be really careful about checking the orders before you accept them to see whether you're actually prepared to do them or not. So that one, maybe not so bad. The Awaken Order is worth a fair bit. That particular one I couldn't take anyway because I don't know the recipe for that one. But some of them I do, and that one I don't know either. So I can filter on first craft bonus and learned. Sorry. So none of the ones that are up that would give me first craft bonus are ones that I would do anyway because I don't know them. But some of them I do. But they are trying to take the mickey there. Those items that I was running around doing the mini bosses, the way you get those crafted if you don't have that profession is you need to put them up as a crafting order. So have we got anyone? No one's looking for them at the moment. There are no personal guild orders up at the minute. Right, let's go hand in the dusty vase and then log off for the night. And I will go do something that doesn't involve sitting at a computer. So Veristraz was he was a black dragon who now takes the form of a dwarf, and he has a lot of regrets about what happened in the wars. And his buddy Varaxian here is trying to cheer him up, often badly. Talk to Veristraza about the thing. So they're going to have a little dialogue down here now, talking about the vase that I just gave him. Lust and Haraxian. Haraxian is the forgotten statue in the Zskera Vaults that we've been trying to work out what to do with him. So what does Veristraza have to say about him? But not today. That's not helpful. Alright, so maybe next week we'll get the story of the forgotten statue. He seems to have had a different idea, a different item each week. So Veritas is truth in Latin. So he is a dragon that tells the truth. So Varaxian, I wanted to help my flight and be a great warrior as we were in the past. I'm not as strong as the others. I thought I could find something to make a difference. So he has us searching through the vaults for something that'll give him power. I'm wondering whether that's going to be linked to the forgotten statue. We were monsters in the dark for 10,000 years. I want to show dragonkind we can be useful. He wants to be a powerful warrior. And Veristraz is saying Neltharion, who later became known as Deathwing, had so much strength, and look where that led him. What do you think is the legacy of the Black Dragonflight? Courage, not strength. Before the fall, your flight was known for their courage in all things, not just combat. So there is strong indications from information that's been data mined that there is a new Drakthea specialization coming in a later patch. There's some discussion about being a a support class that's going to buff other classes, and that might be linked to the courage there in the discussion that Veristraz and Varaxian is having, that maybe Varaxian and the Black Dragonflight through the Drakthir will be able to inspire and show courage and help other people experience courage. So, you seem troubled. What is wrong? Strength and survival were all that mattered. I had not dreamed that there was more to us than that. So maybe he's learning how to be something other than just a warrior. You think this is more valuable than being able to just fight? So there has been some discussion about if they do a buff class, there are two potential problems. One is that it might be so weak that there's no particular value in taking it into group content, or even doing stuff solo. And the other almost as bad possibility is that it is so strong that trying to do group combat group content without one might be a bit of an uphill battle. So we're waiting to see how that's going to play out. One estimate I've heard is probably 10.1.7, so probably at least 5-6 months away, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so we've handed that quest in. We have 22 seconds left on our Hearthstone. But that will be it for the night. So, thanks everyone, and I hope you have a good evening.